Nettles Field at Archbishop Spalding. This is Cavaliers Lacrosse. Tonight, we move into the home stretch in A-Conference action as Spalding hosts the Patriots of John Carroll. Glenn Clark alongside Sean Hatley, Andrew Scally. Wait, is it really all three of us tonight?
We're back.
Is this really
We're
happening?
back, baby.
We're back.
Unbelievable. Great to see you boys at his senior night tonight. And obviously an opportunity to recognize those young men who have been a part of this program. But more importantly, this is not a game that the Cavaliers really can afford to lose. As I mentioned, we get into that second half of conference play. They're sitting at 3-2 in conference action. They cannot give up any ground right now.
Yeah, we talked about it early in the season. Okay, get the mistakes out now, but come April, that's when, it's time to play. There's a great opportunity to continue to capitalize on momentum and head in the back half of the season with success.
Criswell claims the opening faceoff going up against Justin Soborowski. Cavaliers white shirts with the red numerals, black shorts, black helmets. They're attacking left to right on your internet dial. Sean Hatley, say something about the lacrosse game, please.
Well, I thought, Andrew always gets to go first. It's like he just takes the reins, and I'm just chopped liver.
Beauty before age,
right?
No, I get it.
No. This is one of those. Oh, what's the call here?
The goal appears to have come off its mooring.
Also a couple balls in the back of net already.
That probably shouldn't be there. It would be neat if they just counted that.
Yeah.
Right? They just said, sorry. That's
there's a quick 2. That's on you.
That's the way it goes. Should have looked.
But Spalding has a lot of momentum coming off that big win against McDonough. I mean, that was a game that really showed Spalding's ability, right? When they play their game and they play tough and they play 100% the entire time, they can play with anyone in this league. And they need to keep this momentum going because they're going to have a tough matchup against St. Paul's next week. And like you said, they can't afford to give any ground in the conference right now. It's very competitive at the top, and I think Spalding's top 4 in the conference right now, and that's where they want. Yep, currently tied for 4th. I mean, every game is precious.
First shot fired in wide by Wilbur. And, if you missed it on Tuesday, Spalding in overtime. Their second overtime win this season on the road at McDonough. Only 19 seconds remaining on the possession clock after Mollett's shot was not on cage. Spalding sitting at 3-2 in conference play. So is McDonough after that big win. The only teams ahead of them, Boys Latin and Gilman, still undefeated in conference action. Calvert Hall 4-1. Swiderski down to 13. Connor Wilbur makes a couple of fakes. Wilbur running shot. Oh, it hits the top bar. That does get a reset, but you got to come away with the ground ball, and they won't do that. Instead, it goes the way of Dougie Kolb. And the first time tonight that John Carroll will go on the attack. Pretty good look, that being said.
Yeah, definitely good start for the offense. Took advantage of the full shot clock there. Just an inch or two away from that being the back of the net and 1-0 lead.
Tell me about the emotions of senior night are like for these young men. Sean Hatley.
Yeah, please go first.
Oh, see, no, thank you. You got to fend off Andrew. He wants to answer that. I mean, it's kind of bittersweet, right? You don't realize it until you kind of get towards the end of the season, but this is it for you for high school sports, which, is arguably some of the best times of your life with your teammates and who become, some of your brothers and lifelong friends. I mean, Andrew and I both have friends that we played with on senior night that we're still close with to today. So, yeah, there's a lot emotions are high, but you got to stay focused. Your goal is MIA championship, and this team is more than capable to get there.
Yeah, the rest of us didn't peak in high school, so, we had
I peaked in 8th grade, so.
No, understand. It is a very emotional night. And obviously you got to channel that positively and get things going. Robbie Hopper not able to come up with the early brown ball, but how about that save from Jacob Newman denying Logan Bolts? And a quick clear. Hopper, feeds to the doorstep. Wow!
Handle.
Great handle by Brady Mollett.
1-0 Spalding with 9:23 to play in the first quarter. Tremendous find, but an even better snag.
That Newman-Hopper connection has been there all season long. It's almost like Robbie's at midfield. Shot, save, Robbie's there for the clear.
That's his 3rd assist, Robbie Hopper, on the season for Grady Swiderski. 5th goal on the year. Moved to the starting attack. Grady Swiderski taking advantage in the early going. as it's the Cavaliers on the board first.
Looks like Andrew Scally handling the ball there on the crease.
Sean Hatley pole, 50 yards, just on the dot.
You know?
Glenn Clark describing all of it from
Yes.
well away.
Glenn actually hasn't aged. He used to call our games.
Wearing Sean's jersey in the stands.
Love you.
Do you still have my jersey framed?
I did.
Yeah.
Actually, my mother wanted it.
Yeah.
She asked me when I moved
You should
out
have
of the
told me. I
house.
would have gotten you. I would have gotten you. a
It was
copy.
special. I wanted her to have it, too. She loved you more.
Hadn't been washed in 4 seasons.
1-0, Spalding.
Glenn,
in
why does
front.
it smell like tears? Senior night.
It's very emotional.
Got the best
we
of 'em.
tried explaining it. It's very emotional. Joey Matassa.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Way to carry that, guys. Way to carry that.
Hands
joke.
are free. Boy, that's not a push. No push called there. Possession continues for the Cavaliers. 40 seconds remaining on the possession clock. Spalding's won 3 of their last 4, including that dramatic overtime win at McDonough on Tuesday. Moving his way in front, but not getting that on cage. Matassa.
I mean, Andrew, you saw the very end of that game. I mean, what was your takeaway from that overtime win?
I mean, any win in the MIAA is a big win, but for me, that's a statement win. And tonight's game, honestly, is, in my opinion, as important, if not more important, than the McDonough game because anybody can show up and win on a certain day. Good shot and score there.
Joey Matassa skips it home off the feed from Miaa to make it 2-0.
But yeah, just continue that thought. I mean, if they come out and do what they should do tonight against John Carroll, that kind of sets them on that path. Okay, we belong here. It's not a fluke. It's not this, that. We're in that MIAA. We're competing, and right now the narrative shifts to, okay, we got a chance to host here come playoff time. Let's continue with that goal in mind. Let's take it one game at a time, though, and let's handle business here against John Carroll, and keep fighting.
What impressed me about that selection is I think that Malik could have attempted to dump that on goal himself. That was unselfish, feeding it back up top, and Matassa somehow creating a shooting lane in that spot between the 2 defenders. I was going to tell you who the defenders' names are. I know one of them is Tony Abramitis. The other one wears number 31, and unfortunately, no such number exists on this roster that I was given. So we could make up a name. We could
Throw the flag from the box. Throw it from the
Correct.
box.
That should be illegal. Matassa feeds it back behind. Flag
a little
comes
push
out.
with possession. Maybe another slash.
Swiderski's shot blocked back down. Ground ball still being contested, and ultimately it'll be picked up by Abramitis, which will get the Cavaliers on the extra man.
And you talked about Brady to Matassa. They are the leading point getters for this Cavalier team.
I know that because it's highlighted on your sheet.
Yes. And people don't need to see how the sausage is made, Glenn. They just need to see the sausage.
I wanted to give credit to the man doing the highlighting. The amount of effort that was put in. I see what happens. Christian Taylor showed up all prepared last week, and all of a sudden Andrew Scally says, well, I didn't know the broadcasters were allowed to do that.
I didn't.
Glenn just shows up with his hands and feet.
And that wonderful late-night DJ voice.
First extra man opportunity of the game as Abramitis will serve the 60-second penalty. Oh, 2 penalties, apparently.
Yeah, it was a push with possession and then a slash.
Okay. So it's 30 seconds for Abramitis, and then the slash was on Alexander. Avon Alexander serving the 60-second penalty. So a 2-man advantage for the Cavaliers. And it leads to a pretty good look on the step down, but Howard can't get it on cage.
When you're up by 2 men like this on man up, Andrew, I mean, is it kind of mess with your head a little bit, or do you just kind of
100%.
stick to your?
I mean, it's easy to get into formation and work right there. Simple 3-3, found
Great
Alec
goal
Howard
by Alec
inside
Howard.
and buried it.
Howard moves into the middle and cans it to make it 3-0 on his 4th goal of the season. So the first penalty comes up. Actually, yeah, both penalties come up. 2 separate penalties. Both penalties come up.
You're learning, Glenn.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. Well, I'm new to this. I've only been doing it for 2 decades. One of these days, I'm going to figure it all out. They call it lacrosse?
Something like that. Space hockey.
Face-off violation this time on Criswell. His first of the first half.
I mean,
Cavaliers in
he's
front.
been dominant from the X so far. That's a gift.
Criswell came into tonight 62% on the season. Very impressive number for the future midshipman.
Oh, where'd you get that, Glenn? Was it from
It was
Andrew's
highlight on my sheet. I make my own sheet,
Oh.
believe it or not. You think I don't prepare.
GPT.
The machines. I joke. That's who's going to be calling the games next season.
It's about time.
It will be an upgrade. There's no doubt about that.
Ooh, great
That's a
take.
nice look. Really, really good look. Patriots finally get on the board with 6:22 remaining in the first quarter, cutting it to 3-1 on a goal from Kolb. Nobody ever wants to say anything after the other team scores.
No, I was trying to process that. It's
I
like
to leave room.
It's like he jab step, pulled back, and let one fly. I mean, he didn't. That ball had some velocity on it. Didn't seem like he really put that much into it.
9th of the season for the senior, who's headed to play at Monmouth, and another faceoff
back to back. That hurts. So early in the half.
Yeah, to the point. Next one would be a penalty. I'm going to guess that Criswell probably won't change. It's always the thing you talk about with faceoff specialists. When you get to 2, do you change the way that you go about it? Certainly in the first half, I don't think you're all that much worried about a penalty that you go about changing however you're doing anything.
No, I think, face-off is all about reaction and that timing. They practice that nonstop in practice. Nothing changes.
No.
Cavaliers do need to dig back in, not allow any momentum here for John Carroll to feel their way into this. Harkaric feeds it up top. John Carroll 3-7 on the season, 1-4 in conference play. They've lost 4 straight, and they're going to lose possession here as Jamison Kaufman flying
rumbling,
through.
stumbling.
Gets the ground ball, gets it ahead to Mollett. Mollett fakes like he wants to attack now. He'll back it out. They'll settle. They'll get their personnel out there. Robbie Hopper suggesting he's going to hang on for a little bit. Feeds it underneath.
Another look.
Give him 2.
There we go.
Hopper to Swiderski again. 4-1 Cavs.
Got the stanky leg on the sideline. A little celebration.
I mean, it is a luxury to have a pole that you can trust to keep on offense, right? Because it forces you to keep an offensive midi on the field. I mean, that is very helpful.
Robbie Hopper had 2 assists this season. He's got 2 in the first 6 minutes and 39 seconds of this game. And you didn't think I could do that math.
I mean, I think the listeners at home are pretty impressed with our math skills thus far this season.
I think their heads are still spinning from
I've been doing my flashcards, guys, every night. 20 minutes, I'm on it.
Tonight we introduce decimals.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's
not get ahead of ourselves,
easy,
Glenn.
Tiger.
Second goal of the game for Swiderski, 6th of the season. 4-1 Spalding. So, yeah, we got the sideline cam working tonight, so you can check out the reactions on senior night. Big response to get the stop, get the quick goal, not let John Carroll start feeling like they're in this one. Oh, wow. What a hammer from Wilbur. An absolute bomb.
Swiderski says, I've had enough goals tonight. Let me just share the rock.
Share one. Connor Wilbur's first of the game, 13th of the season. Swiderski, a 3-point quarter, and it's 5-1 Spalding. This is the type of start you were looking for.
100%, and Swiderski stepping into the starting role pretty nicely. It's good to see. And we mentioned it last game, against St. Mary's, calling new names on the roster, and they, sharing the wealth. It's been good, and that's,
Here we go again.
Oh my gosh, I was about to say. The hat trick.
It's a replay.
I know. I'm freaking deja vu.
Abramitis comes away with the ground ball, and the Patriots will have the opportunity to clear. Quick start for the Cavaliers. Of course, we've talked about it. Again, this is a team that's still trying to learn through playing, a complete game. We have seen them have explosive quarters, explosive halves, still trying to consistently play 4 really good quarters of lacrosse.
Yeah, and that's something, talking with Coach Hockel before the game, he really thinks that this team is starting to hit their stride and playing the best lacrosse that they've played. You're doing it at the right time. Glenn, you mentioned the back half of the season is starting right now. you keep stacking these wins, you get a lot of confidence, you got a lot of experience. Again, give yourself an opportunity to potentially host in the playoffs, make the playoffs first, and then the opportunity to host. It's a huge advantage.
Ty Rizzuto around the screen, feeds it up top. It's knocked away, and then the triple team ball comes out there through all that mess. Grayson Dunn gets the ground ball. What a grab by Hopper. Well, he really can do everything. Kaufman, a couple of feeds right to the doorstep. How about all the poles? All of them.
Those are just some dudes having fun out there playing fast lacrosse. I mean, you got to love the unselfishness from everyone on that play.
Like I said, all the poles. I mean, all the defensive players. I think you know what I mean. I blame you. Sing along with me.
Pole to pole to short stick deep midi to a skip.
And this quarter is Grady Swiderski's recital. He thinks it's very vital to rock a rhyme. That's right on time. Hat Tricky is his title.
Yes, I've been waiting for that one for a while.
I think last time we broke it out, you were in Florida. Poolside
getting Hat Tricky.
I was front row to it, but
shirtless, which is no different. Now this time you're shirtless as well, which is,
I mean,
it's the choice.
That's a sweater. It's a cardigan. Thanks for noticing.
It's my game attire. You guys are lucky it's a V-neck today.
Pull over. First assist of the night for Jamison Kaufman, his third of the year. Grady Swiderski had 4 goals on the season coming into tonight. He's got 3 in the first quarter, and everybody's feeling it in the Spalding huddle. John Carroll taking the timeout.
And, Spalding still missing Diego Garza. He's been out with a wrist injury. Hoping that he'll come around. He'll be back for playoff time. Jake Wolf, I think I saw him out there briefly, getting some. I think they're going to work him back in, coming off a knee injury. So, I mean, two of their playmakers and other guys have stepped in. It's just the depth of this team you're starting to see, and especially late in the season, it's great to have that depth. When you have some of those injuries and people are tired, but I'm excited to see what run they can make.
Well, add in the transition play, which is just such a weapon.
Oh, yeah.
When you can convert, get the ball ahead to the point, trust the defensive players that are out there. Andrew Reese came in, scooped up the ground ball to complete the faceoff win, and then he's going to go win it back, flip it ahead smartly to Criswell.
Nice
Here we go again.
Criswell.
There's Jake.
Wolf on the field.
Jake Wolf, the
Get
junior.
him fired up. Get those vocals ready.
Come on, Jake, get a goal. I'm trying to howl.
Don't forget, he's also a master in the ways of the Force and the Jedi Order from when he passed his Jedi training class when he was 5 back at Disney World. Good to have that on the Cavaliers' side. Don't want to go up against that. I imagine that's been very intimidating for John Carroll to think about. The look to Mollett, can't come up with it. And it's picked up by Max Romer, the freshman goalie for the Patriots.
Yeah, it's a rare drop there by Mollett. Normally he's automatic from that area.
Oh, we got a broken stick.
Lost his stick, but that's how you...
Legal procedure, going white.
Playing without the stick, which is the opposite of what Jake Wolf did when he lost his stick.
If you're a long pole down on...
the extra pass.
There it is.
Come on. Brady Mollett from Joey Matassa, and it's 7-1.
Let's hear it, Glenn.
What do you want?
I think that's Brady's fourth goal, or third goal.
What? Brady hasn't scored tonight.
Welcome to the broadcast, Sean.
Ooh. Oh, never mind. It was Swiderski from behind.
Spalding versus John Carroll. 7-1.
I just wanted to hear it again. I'm making stuff up so I can hear it.
I got to be honest with you. I thought that maybe there was an inside joke that you guys had left me out of, that you had started.
Oh, no, that was very serious.
No, I thought maybe when I was gone last week, you guys started something new.
Give it to Mollett. Give us a chance.
Criswell trying to get in on the action himself. That one stopped by Romer. 7-1 Cavaliers. That was the first goal of the game from Brady Mollett. And his
Not
second
the last.
point.
Correction.
We'll get there.
Correction.
It's a great point. If you guys came up with like a new song for Brady Mollett goals, I'm all in.
I just wanted to hear what song you had coming up for any goal.
Wish you would have told me. I would have been more. Here's the story of a kid named Brady who only has 1 goal, but we think he'll get more.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Actually, yeah.
Logan Bolts trying to get
the kid is good on his feet.
I'm so glad that you guys are the guys in charge of the broadcast, because if it was somebody else, we would have been fired so many times by now.
No one else will do it.
Defender operating from behind Rizzuto. He'll back it out. Just over a minute to play in this first quarter. It's been all Cavaliers. They're in front 7-1.
But I know we joke, but in all seriousness, the Cavaliers' defense has been playing very well this season. They've been winning their matchups. They've been playing real hard. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, way to go,
As I
bro.
say that,
Way
there's
to go,
a goal.
broadcaster curse.
I did it last week.
But-
I know the feeling.
Yeah, but I mean, when you even the games they lost, you look at that, the defense still played well, and they gave up a couple decent goals, but they've been playing hard nosed, and I think you really saw it against McDonough, who has a pretty high powered offense and playmakers.
Sure.
Well, part of the issue there is Wilbur was hung up defensively, obviously, and they were trying to switch over to minimize the impact of that, but just kind of ran out of time. So it's 7-2, 50 seconds left. That's the second face-off violation of the quarter for John Carroll. So both teams now sitting on 2 face-off violations.
Do you have a song for face-off violations?
No, but I'm
Not
going
yet.
Yeah,
Not
right.
yet.
Give me 20
Give him
seconds.
time.
I can see those wheels turning.
It's like, why haven't we had a play-by-play call in a half hour?
I've got to be honest.
Glenn's in his diary right now looking for lyrics.
This is the bigger problem. I forgot who just scored the goal for John Carroll, and I didn't write it down. So if they score again, I'm not going to remember that it's their second of the night. Yeah, crease violation.
Ooh, what happened there?
Sort of losing his footing behind the cage. Gordy Bennett turns it over. 20 seconds left for the Patriots. And a little bit of trouble. A couple of moves from Hartman. Able to split the 2 defenders, but there's just 9 seconds left. They got to go.
Here.
Alexander checked out, picked up, and flung down the field by Newman. And that will be how the quarter comes to a close. See, I'm just thinking about songs now. Thanks a lot. 7-2, Spalding in front after 1. You're watching Cavaliers Lacrosse.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and it transitions directly onto the field where that consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
Earlier tonight, the Cavaliers celebrated senior night with festivities before the game. We will bring you the entire senior night ceremony coming up at halftime as this great group of Cavaliers honored for their time and what they have meant to this program. Again, you can see the entire ceremony coming up at halftime. Glenn Clark, Sean Hatley, Andrew Scally with you from Whittles Field here at Archbishop Spalding, where the Cavaliers have jumped out to a 7-2 advantage. Not a lot to quarrel about from the first 12 minutes, boys. Not a whole lot to not like.
Sean, please.
Okay.
Be my guest.
Except there was apparently a penalty at the end of the quarter that I missed. So apparently everyone up top missed it.
Must have been was it a legal stick?
Oh, wow, a 3-minute penalty. And
Gotta be a
Jamison
legal
Huffman,
stick.
yeah, apparently there was a stick check at the end of the quarter. Oh, Robbie Hopper thought he had it out. Now he does get it out on the turf, but not picked up by Dunn.
That
Patriots get it
that
back.
kid was just hanging on to that ball for dear life with Robbie the Grim Reaper.
Good job getting back in the hole. And wow, how about that from way downtown?
15 yards out.
Yeah.
Ty Rizzuto, the freshman, very talented freshman. That's his 15th on the season. And an extra man goal. And this is where you get in a little bit of danger territory because that's one. There's still 2:37 remaining on the penalty. 7-3 now. And a real golden chance here for John Carroll to chip away at this advantage. Big moments for Ryan Criswell.
So Jamison Kaufman got a 3-minute non-releasable, and we all missed it.
Well, I think the only thing it could have been there, I didn't see a flag go down. It had to have been an illegal stick.
What a face-off win for Criswell.
Quarter, but
huge. So now the Cavaliers will have the opportunity to kill off 80 seconds of this penalty. They got to clear it first. They still have 7 seconds to do that. Oh, boy. Wolf. Wow.
Just in the nick of time.
Tremendous job of absorbing that first hit, holding on to the ball. We have confirmed that the penalty was an illegal stick. So 3-minute unreleasable. And right now, I'm assuming that all you're thinking about is playing pitch and catch. Well, you got to hold on to the ball first.
Gift right there with the loose ball push call, get a reset on the shot clock.
So you get the opportunity to kill off an extra 22 seconds. Yeah, it was not sitting at 38, bumps up to 60. So you can get this down to under a minute remaining on the penalty. I guess in the final 10 seconds of the shot clock, you try to do something moving towards goal, but nothing before then, right?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this in other broadcasts. Sean asked a question, with that extra man defensively, do you send him out and chase and try and create havoc and get a turnover? You see here John Carroll's kind of letting Spalding eat that clock, not forcing out and creating offense for them. But you're right, if Spalding gets us all the way down to about 10 seconds, they eat up a little bit of the clock, and then they have an opportunity to score, maybe draw a penalty. If nothing else, take the last few seconds off that clock.
Wolf looking back at that clock, seeing that it says 20. Now they switch. Mollett eludes trouble. Now he makes his move as they do go under 10. Mollett trying to get in front.
Wow,
a big man
move.
down
Could be a
goal.
flag, too. Throw the flag.
Yeah, that was a little late. Yeah.
No flag.
Yeah, that was.
Coach Cottle looking for the flag as well.
Second of the game for Brady Mollett. Really great move. They did that. They could not have executed that better. Get the clock down under 10, then make your move towards the cage. And they even this up for the penalty now. It's one apiece. Imagine if Criswell can follow it up by winning another faceoff. Not going to be the case. Soborowski able to come away with it.
An offsides call there. They get it.
So they still have 40 seconds of man up. Try to get one back. Right now, for the penalty, it's even. 1 goal apiece.
John Carroll's sideline going nuts. Wanted that offsides.
Yeah, I didn't see the wing if he had subbed off early. See how many they had up, but got away with one in my opinion.
Patriots not forcing anything back to Harkaric. He shoots low, shot
stick.
blocked. And picking it up, Sawyer Grant doing the work.
It's the second pass he's knocked down today. Good clear.
And the penalty killed off.
Great clear.
No damage done over the course of the 3 minutes. It stays a 5-goal game. Mollett was making a good move to try to get in front, but a timeout taken first.
Or is that Swiderski?
It is not.
I'm just come on. I had to let it go.
Jerk. This jerk. 8:51 remaining in the second quarter. Spalding in front 8-3. And I feel like that lifts the sideline, right? To get through a 3-minute penalty at even, 1 goal apiece, that's got to be a huge boost to the Cavaliers sideline.
Yeah, I mean, on both sides of the ball, they did a fantastic job. On the first, man down, they gave up a good shot, right? Tip your cap. Won a face-off, killed a bunch of time, scored a goal, evened up, that time period. And then, most importantly, this last possession for John Carroll, big knockdown, and then clearing against, being man down on the clear. It's challenging. A lot harder than killing the ball over here on the offensive side because you have a little bit more room to work. But here you have the sideline, the midfield line, and the extra attackman riding. Beautiful clear, led to a timeout here. So hopefully they come out of this, drawing up nicely, come up with a goal.
And just the body language that you're seeing on both sides of the ball, it's that confidence, which then leads to the composure, which allows them to think through, make smart decisions, play tough defense. It's just I feel like they are really peaking in their confidence right now.
For sure.
8:51 remaining. After this tonight, the Cavaliers will have a week off before they return to action at Severn next Friday. And as you guys alluded to, a date with St. Paul's coming up on April 30th. As we get later in the season here in the A Conference. Out of the timeout, Cavaliers ball. Wilbur, that hits the turf, but Howard will go over there and get it. That next midfield out there for the Cavaliers.
Here's old Jackie Newell.
Boy, he got his hands free, didn't pull the trigger.
He's been a little quiet today. We haven't really called his name much.
Or have we?
You know what? Honestly, I don't even know.
Batassa holds on to the contact.
At this point, my own eyes are just.
When did we get ice cream?
They're betraying me. I'm just gonna be quiet, guys. You guys take care of it.
Mollet up top, step down, but a great save as Wilbur denied by the freshman goalie.
Sean, you mentioned not calling Newell's name. I think that's a good sign for Spalding. You have guys that typically were used to calling their name. They're not having to make every single play, and so they're kind of sharing that wealth a little bit, and it's gonna. It's a tough call right there.
Is that going to be a hold? I mean, I thought he let it go about as quickly as he could. But the call is the call. And as you can hear, everyone here agrees. So
I haven't seen the call. What is push? Yeah, push.
Huh.
Interesting. I didn't see it.
I mean,
oh, you saw it. You did see that one.
No. I didn't see the push, but I can understand why he made that call.
Okay,
right? It was kind of
the contact engaged from behind.
It was a little from the side,
Yeah.
and you had. I mean, he could have called a little bit of a trip, but I think all things said. Yeah, 30 seconds for pushing. I'm not opposed to it.
Okay. Judge Hatley has offered his ruling. And that's final. The parties agreed to toss it out and accept whatever the judge said. 30-second penalty, and it's going to come up without.
I had a brief stint officiating, Glenn.
Ooh.
That's not going to be an extra man goal, but it might as well be, as Harkaric finds the cutting call with the second of the game to cut it to 8-4. Cavaliers didn't quite have enough time to get settled again defensively after the penalty ran up.
I mean, Spalding is certainly not running away with this game right now. I mean, 8-4. John Carroll's got a couple quick goals.
To be fair, both goals this quarter coming when they were man up, so probably would go a long way to avoid, letting them go man up. That's my
stay out of the
dynamic analysis.
I was about to say, I think your logic is sound, Glenn.
Winning face-offs, good idea too. Ryan Criswell keeps doing that. 8-4, 7 minutes to play in the second. And the pace seems to have slowed down a little bit for the Cavaliers here in the second quarter as well. Some of that being because they were doing all their work in transition, it felt like, in the first. Bennett running shot, and there you go. Didn't take very long.
There we go. There's Gordy's name.
First of the game for Gordy Bennett. His 8th of the season makes it 9-4.
We got Jameson Kaufman taking an early wing here. New stick in hand. So for that one's legal. Good to see him back though.
Yeah, that's a tough penalty to take.
Like, these sticks get mangled. They get, typically, think about the way that Jamison Kaufman plays, right? Like, you're going to have sticks get manipulated at some point.
And the weather doesn't help, that's for sure.
No.
So, there's number 3. Third face-off violation of the half for the Cavaliers. And that is another penalty and another man-up opportunity. Third of the quarter for the Patriots. They've converted the first two. I guess they technically didn't convert the second one, but we're counting it because it was still unsettled when the goal was scored. And who's going to tell me I'm wrong?
Not I.
Exactly. Feet up top.
Good save by Newman.
Nice save, Newman.
Glenn, you're wrong.
Nope. No, I'm not denying Rizzuto.
Moment's passed.
I'll do it. Andrew's too scared.
It's too late.
Andrew's too scared of you to tell you you're wrong.
It's already gone into the record. I'm sorry. Running shot wide from Kolb. Back to even strength.
Good stop there by Spalding. Had plenty of practice. I mean, they got to stay out of the penalty box.
At the better part of the quarter,
If they do, they'll be able to kind of pull away even more than they already have here tonight.
From a legal standpoint, John Carroll now 1 for 3 on the extra man. Because Sean's all worried, the judge over here is all worried about whether or not we do things legally.
Overruled.
I believe that what I did was very legal and very cool. Shot not on target.
Andrew, why don't we have the penalty minutes on this sheet that you prepared?
I'm sorry. I didn't. I couldn't predict those, unfortunately. Had I predict? Oh, nice backhand shot there.
Boy, just diving in front. Harkaric.
Just beating Grayson Dunn up top side.
Harkaric's
our move.
First of the game. Watch it again.
I think he stepped in the crease there, actually. See that replay one more time. So he got away with
Also, I really want to see Grayson not try to go for that over-the-head check at goal line. I want him to bear down.
Make him turn
Get
back.
on that hip. Yep, get on that hip. Ride him out. Turn him back if you can.
21st goal of the season for the junior attacker Jackson Harkaric. 9-5. Again, John Carroll not letting Spalding race away. That ball flung back into the playing field. And
yeah, there's no possession there.
Never possession. Might have gotten away with a little bit of a push. But, hey.
Take it.
Take it. Spalding ball.
Cavaliers not able to get more separation here in the second quarter. Trying to go back to work. They led 7-2 at the end of one. They've been outscored 3-2 in the second. Good extra pass. Oh, loading up, but Matassa not able to get that on.
A little wide. Good movement, though, offensively.
It's a couple of similarities to the St. Mary's game where they started out real strong in the second quarter. It's a little light.
Well, it's hard to keep that momentum the entire time, but what you're looking for is a great shot.
There it is.
Almost no angle, Brady Mollett.
Maldursky.
You want to do it? You ready? You ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
This half is Brady Mollett's recital. He thinks it's very vital to rock a rhyme that's right on time. Finish it for me.
I can't finish it.
Hat Tricky is his title.
Why would I ever take your thing?
The punchline.
I like doing things together as a team.
I had the turntables going, man.
I did appreciate that. Jam Master Jay.
Andrew's the one over there.
I was signing your
quietly.
fan mail. That's all it was.
That's
I'm over
true.
here. I'm scribing everything.
Publicist.
Ryan Criswell, a clean win, flings it down. He gets bailed out as Matassa comes back to it. Now Jamison Kaufman, he wants to hit somebody.
Bumbling.
$10-5. Under 4.5 remaining in the second quarter. You think Jamison Kaufman's disappointed they only got to hit one guy there after he got the ball?
He wants more contact than goals, I'll tell you that much.
That's all he's thinking about. He doesn't know where the cage is.
I got two there. One shot and two bodies.
Brady Mollett.
Like the shorty matchup here.
Gives it underneath.
Great. Oh.
Somehow not stuffed home by Wolf. Boy, I'm with you about the idea, though.
Yeah, good connection there. Again, good to see Wolf back on the field.
Knocked down.
I had my howl ready.
Push. Yeah, that's got to be a push. Joey Matassa making the play. Getting the ball back on the turf now. Scramble. Matassa's
smartly settling up here.
It is 10-5 with 3.5 remaining. Again,
that's just a dagger to the other team when they work so hard playing defense. They get the ball back, and then you ride hard, and they're right back where they started.
with a fresh clock.
Yep.
Couple of moves from Matassa.
You're already a little tired.
Up top, Adelman.
I mean, I never got tired. I'll tell
No,
you that.
not you.
No.
That's why my mom loved you.
And actually, I never sweat, so it's perfect.
What a find underneath.
Wow.
Wow, great job.
Great save.
And they're going to win it back. Romer handling the shot from Howard on the doorstep. John Carroll certainly not going away. Math doesn't math at the moment, but they are hanging in there, trying to keep this within shouting distance, give themselves a chance. Don't forget senior night festivities coming up at the half. Celebrate this group of Spalding seniors. Stick with us for that.
Turn on your TiVos. Get out your VCRs.
It's weird when you go in there and all you find is episodes of House and American Idol.
Is that weird?
It's just what
Because
life.
now this is awkward.
Yeah. Goosed forward, but Dunn not able to come up with it ever. He wants to win it back.
Ooh, good hit by Jamison.
Yeah, big hit. Flag down.
Was that a delayed flag?
It does feel like it, doesn't it?
It was delayed. Yeah, Jameson coming in with a massive hit. Might have caught him a little high, but it's kind of a bang-bang play. Not sure if we'll get a replay here, but might be better if we don't.
So for the fourth time this quarter, Spalding will be man down.
I mean, silver lining, they're getting a lot of practice.
That is true.
I was
They're
had the same
getting a
thought.
lot of game experience.
Awful lot to
And
ask.
if you could stop looking at my TV screen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My personal TV screen, I'd appreciate that.
We
Thank you.
do. We have a monitor. Sean's a little bit older. His vision's going. So
We should just keep him at home. Just bring him
Now-
in from his couch.
now there was another flag down.
I love
Is
my
there- Hang on a
comfort.
second. Is there a penalty also on John Carroll? Because it certainly looks right now like they're going this way.
Looks like they're still conversing.
I have not seen a penalty. Oh, there was a penalty. There it is.
Not sure what the call. Oh, maybe a bench. We're hearing bench penalty.
Okay. So, timeout with 2:05 remaining in the second quarter. We'll sort this out. Be a 60-second penalty that Spalding will have to kill off. They'll be, for the first 30 seconds, doing it 5-on-5, and then 30 seconds of 5-on-6 to try to kill the whole thing off and then have 20 seconds of possession afterwards.
Was it non-releasable? 1 minute? I don't know if I saw that call.
No, it's not that it's non-releasable. It's just that, yeah, it's your.
But is it though? If they score,
Oh, I didn't
didn't
catch
see
it.
the
I
call.
did not catch it. I apologize.
I mean,
Okay.
This is awkward now. What do we do?
the math
What do
that
we
you
do?
just did there is the culmination of all the math we've been
Right, the
doing all
moment that we've
season
been
long.
waiting
That
for all
was
year.
that was phenomenal.
If you're going to be man down, you'd rather be man down with the ball. Again, I read that in my Lacrosse for Dummies book that I said.
I understand 3 words
try
in
to-
that book now.
I'm going to try to figure this thing out. Showing off for you guys here on a Friday night.
Sean, stop googling the Spark Notes version.
I'm like Lacrosse for dummies.
Cavaliers
Parental
ball.
controls are still loaded on your phone.
So
Website restricted.
presumably this just looks like them kind of hanging out for 30 seconds. Or they just go keep trying to score more goals. It is 5-on-5.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
5-5.
yeah,
You
why
just have
not?
a little bit more room to operate, actually,
Right?
which isn't a bad thing. But
Defender hung up and cutting. Oh, boy, somehow Newell not able to get that through.
Thought Jack was going to stick that. It was a good cut, good look. Just couldn't finish.
interference, maybe.
And another penalty.
I think these officials might be getting
Yeah.
paid by the flag tonight.
Also, that official did not look pleased with.
We don't know who said what that led to the bench penalty.
Yeah, but it looked like the referee was a little fed up with something. I don't know if maybe he told him,
Yeah,
tone it
enough,
down a little
right.
bit, and because sometimes they'll be like, hey, ease up a little bit. try to give you a chance, and if you don't listen to them, see you.
Abramitis serving the
Hasta la bye-bye.
Yeah, hasta la bye-bye.
Enjoy your timeout.
Abramitis serving the 60-second penalty. So the 30-second penalty for the bench.
Get out your pen and
foul.
paper.
Yeah, that
listeners.
one's come up. So it's 5-on-5 again for another 17 seconds. Then after that, there'll be 26 seconds of man up. Oh, boy, another
one. And
just an absolute hook and hold.
I'm going to have to get out my TI-83.
Honestly.
We actually don't have enough toes on our feet in order to be able to count. I lost a couple of toes.
I think I still have equations written in the back of my calculator from college, so that might help.
There's only one thing I ever wrote on my TI-83, and I don't think we're going to talk about it.
Glenn's like, what's the net present value of?
I was busy playing Uncle Worm.
I believe it involved. Playing Worm.
The modern-day snake, if you will.
Cavaliers 2 men up now for another 20 seconds. Under a minute to play in this first half.
Simpler times.
They converted a 2-man up. Step down. There's another conversion as Alec Howard buries it for his second of the game. 11-5 Cavaliers. Sean, you were saying?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Andrew. Andrew got me with that. He got me with it good.
Give Brady Mollett his 5th point of the half with the assist on that goal. Howard's 2nd goal of the game, 5th of the season. Robbie Hopper comes through, picks up the ground ball. Good snag off the turf there by Mollett.
Handle.
40 seconds remaining. They could choose to hold for the final shot of the half, or they could just keep it going. Looks like they're going to choose to slow it down. Leading by 6. It's been a clunky second quarter, but ultimately they have been able to extend the lead. They've outscored John Carroll 4-3. This despite what feels like, and I did not write all of them down, but I believe the number is 7,000 penalties.
There's another one.
Oh, there's another one.
That's going to be an obvious push. It's going to go against Kolb, who was hung up defensively, and he seemed to have something to say too. Don't imagine Patriots coach Gunnar Walt particularly pleased with the lack of discipline from his team when it looked for moments in this quarter like it might be a chance for John Carroll to get back in, and now Spalding could choose to hold, and that looks like what they'll do, and have the ball to start the second half. Very good first 24 minutes for Archbishop Spalding. They're in front 11-5 at the half. Senior night festivities next. You're watching Cavaliers Lacrosse.
Thank you for joining us to celebrate the class of 2024. This class of 10 seniors have made a remarkable impact on the Spalding lacrosse program, both on and off the field. This class consists of hardworking, dedicated, high-character, and talented young men. Coach Hockle is very proud of the leadership this class has provided in his first year as head coach. We will now introduce each senior and their family as they take the field. Jamison J-Mo Kaufman. Jamison Kaufman, known by most as J-Mo, is escorted by his parents Bobby and Tiffany and siblings Kelsey and Josh. He has played lacrosse all 4 years at Spalding and also played football all 4 years. He will continue his lax career at UMBC in the fall. Ben Duffy, number 2. Ben is escorted by his dad Steve, mom Carrie, Nana Joan, and oldest brother Chase and sister Madeline. His brother Will can't be here today as he plays lacrosse at VMI. Ben has played on the varsity lacrosse team at Spalding for 4 years and going to play at UVM in the fall and major in business economics. Number 7, Connor Wilbur. Connor Wilbur is escorted by his parents Jennifer and Keith and his sister Claire. Connor is a member of the National Honor Society, and over his 4 years playing lacrosse at Spalding, he has been a JV and varsity captain. He is especially honored to represent the legacy of number 7 this year. Connor has played lacrosse since the age of 4 and will continue to play at St. John Fisher University next year while pursuing a degree in sports management. Number 11, Caleb Richardson. Caleb Richardson is escorted by his grandparents Paul and Bridget. He has played lacrosse all 4 years at Spalding. He is a member of the National Honor Society, and he will be attending the University of Maryland to major in electrical engineering. Number 12, Jason Stone. Jason Stone escorted by his parents Mike and Debbie and his older brother Brett. Jason has played lacrosse for 4 years here at Spalding, and Jason will be attending the West Virginia University next year, majoring in business. Number 17, Alec Howard. Alec Howard was escorted by his parents Jeff and Rachel and sister Ashley. Alec has been a 4-year varsity starter player. Alec will be playing lacrosse for UMBC in fall and majoring in business.
He did not spell check. And I'm like Ron Burgundy.
Number 20, Colin Olson. Colin Olson is escorted by his parents Eric and Renee, siblings Kyle and Lauren, and grandmother Margie. He has played lacrosse all 4 years while attending Spalding and will be attending the University of Delaware this fall and major in electrical engineering.
Keely, right?
Number 24, Patrick Keeley. Patrick is escorted by his parents Carrie Ann and Mike and brother Eamon. He has played lacrosse all 4 years at Spalding and ran cross country his senior year. Patrick is the president of the Lumberjack Club and president of the Rowdy Red. He will be attending the University of Florida with a major in business administration. Number 40, Jace Albin. Jace is accompanied by his parents Rich and Pam and his younger brother Zach. Jace has been a member of the Spalding lacrosse program for 3 years and the track team for 1. Next year, Jace is headed to sunny Florida to attend the University of Tampa to study criminology and business. Number 88, Andrew Reese. Andrew is escorted by his parents Gwen and Josh Reese. Andrew has played lacrosse for all 4 years at Spalding. In addition to lacrosse, Andrew has played ice hockey all 4 years as well, winning back-to-back MIAA championships for the Spalding ice hockey team. In addition to being a two-sport athlete, Andrew is an exceptional student and a member of the National Honor Society. Andrew will be attending Auburn University in the fall and majoring in chemical engineering. Please put your hands together for today's seniors as we take them out on the field.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and it transitions directly onto the field. That consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
Getting ready for the start of the second half here on senior night. Emotional night and a great performance in the Cavaliers in the first half. They lead at John Carroll 11-5. Glenn Clark, Sean Hatley, Andrew Scally with you. Still man up to start the third quarter for another 21 seconds. Cavaliers chose to hold on to the ball at the end of the half. So no face-off to start quarter number 3. Attacking left to right now on your internet dial. Boys, what impressed you most about the Cavaliers in half number 1?
Their man-down defense. Because they played it for about 90% of the time.
Given up trying to figure out how many times they were actually man-down versus 5-on-5 versus 6-on-4. Fine and a better finish.
Right. I was going to say, really to me, it's the patience that they've had on both sides of the ball. Not overextending themselves on defense, not really forcing the passes on offense. I think that's really kind of been one of the bigger highlights.
I think the vision has been impressive in transition right there, obviously, to look to Matassa for his second of the game. 12-5 with 11:34 to play as they convert once again on the extra man.
Yeah, I agree, Glenn. There's been they've been sharing the ball.
Yeah.
Nearly every goal has been assisted, and that's, a good trend, and we've seen it pretty much the entire year. They're pretty unselfish, and
We've been
Get
praising
right on the stat sheet.
have been praising Hopper's passing so much today. That one a little bit behind Mollett, but fortunate. They're able to hold on, keep possession. 12-5. Bennett got the assist on that last goal, his first of the night, his second point, his 15th point of the season. Matassa. Matassa now comes back the other way. Newell feeds it back behind to Howard. Up top, step down, bouncer.
Great take.
Connor Wilbur's second of the game. 13-5 Cavaliers.
Connor Wilbur.
Catchy.
I don't know. I was trying to think of something, but nothing really works.
No, I think that
It was perfect.
I think I'm going
Wilbur. I don't know. 2 syllables, L and a UR. It's tough.
for Howard. That's his first assist, third point of the game. Wilbur's second goal of the night, 14th of the season.
I'll workshop it and get back to you guys.
No, I'm okay with it. I'm going to count on you to deliver that exact same inflection.
Listen, if you guys have anything else to offer, that'd be great. But right now I'm trying to carry this broadcast.
I'm just trying to announce the names because I want everyone to know.
When you put a
scoring the
funky
goals.
tone on it like Sean does, it doesn't
It
matter what
doesn't
you're
matter.
saying.
Yeah.
You just say what you want to say. You just say it.
Put the wrong,
You know,
the wrong emphasis. Was it the emphasis on the wrong syllable?
emphasis. The emphasis for sure. Wilbur.
In a world.
Connor Wilbur is Connor Wilbur.
We have fun, don't we, boys?
Connor Wilbur stars as Connor Wilbur in Wilbur this summer. Grayson Dunn
man.
able to win it free, goes out and back the way of the Cavaliers, who not suffering any kind of letdown.
Rumbling.
Knew that was coming.
Wow.
Choo-choo.
Jamison Kaufman
That's
might
that.
have to register his shoulder as a deadly weapon.
Bring in the pain train.
Offsides call here, flag down. I mean, he took
Yeah.
him for a ride, literally onside to offside.
I mean, knocked him off sides and into next week.
So once you're offsides, you, of course, stay offside. So you'll see 7 black shirts out there for the Patriots. And the Cavaliers content to use up this clock, knowing they've got the man up coming after that.
Oh, I got to give him credit. He hung in there, even seeing Jamison Kaufman coming full speed at him.
The fake from Bennett, shot doesn't get through.
Good ground ball by Wilbur.
It's my new favorite thing. Bennett with the feed to Matassa.
Wow.
Matassa shakes free, 14 on the shot clock. Bennett thought about it, doesn't like it, down to 10. Matassa dumps it back underneath, and they're not going to get a shot off. Well, Newell heard somebody screaming from the crowd, and so he chose to respond. All right,
Okay, Dad.
I was pretty impressed with that projection from that fan in the stands. made me flinch.
Apparently worried about whether or not they were going to go for ice cream later. So. Offsides called. Alexander serves the penalty. Man up again.
I mean, that's insult to injury there. You get run over and dragged offside. It's like getting caught in a rip current. Just
seems
hold 'em.
unfair.
Just let it take you out to sea.
And don't fight it.
Yeah, don't fight it.
Oh, inside again. It's really effective. I think that's the third time on an extra man they've gone inside tonight.
Guess who had the assist?
Say it.
please.
Connor Wilbur.
Joey Matassa joins the hat trick party. We've done it too much. Game, recital, vital.
The whole thing.
Yeah, I mean,
14-5.
you gotta think of something else to substitute.
Yeah, what happens when there's too many hat tricks? Too many hats.
Should we-
many hats.
You can't just say the word in different tones, Glenn.
Right. Who would do that? Certainly not Connor Wilbur.
I mean, singing maybe a falsetto. Maybe a falsetto on you, Glenn.
We're good on that.
You guys don't remember Too Many Cooks? was a viral internet thing from like 10 years ago. It was a 15-minute long video that was supposed to be the open to a sitcom. I think it aired on Adult Swim, and it was wonderful. And I wish you guys would go back and watch it and then report back to me so the next time I sing that, you understand that it actually came from somewhere.
That was an original.
Ridiculous.
Yep, nope. Now I'm going home. I have my homework.
Feed in the middle. Ooh, drop down low,
look.
but Harcasa can't get it to go.
I think I do have Adult Swim on TiVo. And now that we're talking about TiVo.
I think I have it at the local library in the archives.
Possession continues for the Patriots, trailing 14-5. As Spalding has clearly opened this up in the third quarter. Call, but somehow finds the.
Oh, there we go. Good
Off
save.
the pipe, rebound.
Yeah, off the pipe. It bounces directly out. Now in transition, another chance for the Cavaliers. Bennett not on the same page as Mollett. And it's turnover, but.
In all seriousness, how do you feel about those clears where he drops it out in front of him on the turf? To me, it's like when it works, it's brilliant.
It's cool.
But then when that ball takes a weird spin and.
It's definitely a hard handle for the receiving end of it, but for me, it's dependent on where you are in the game. It's situational. If you have a lead and you can put it out there and have had that quick pace of play where it's, transitioning back and forth, it makes sense. But there's sometimes when you might just want to slow it down, eat some of the clock, set up your structured clear, get down and play offense, take some time off the clock. I can see,
I mean, it plays into their game plan, which is
loading up and firing it home.
fast,
Brody Moss.
transition. Who was it?
Moss. You just got Moss.
Mouse. How about that? I'm working on it.
Are you going to be
Brody Mouse?
Are you going to be capable? I think there's something like 20 guys that have scored a goal this season. Are you going to be capable of coming up with a new inflection for every single
I think you underestimate my talents, Glenn. I think you underestimate my
Got to
talents.
get you into voice acting.
That's why my parents made me play outside all the time.
You're like, Mom,
What
Dad,
you
it's
talking about,
10. It's 10:30 at night. Are you sure you want me to go back outside?
Yeah, go play in the.
Hey, Sean.
Go play in the tough neighborhood.
15-5. Moss's first of the game, his fourth of the season. Moss is a talented young chap. He also plays saxophone and piano. Overachiever. Oh, Hopper maybe a bit too aggressive there.
A little bit of a hold.
Taking that big swing at Bolts.
I was going to say that was the longest stretch of gameplay without a penalty. We just doubled it with that last
the
possession.
simple fact he thought about it. Yeah, it's like it's right here as soon as he goes and
Yeah,
pulls.
it actually went up towards the neck, too. That was a little dangerous.
That was right under the arm. Let's not overreact.
Took his head off.
I wasn't trying.
Glenn's like, there's so much blood.
I don't think.
Let's take it easy.
I didn't suggest that he should be charged with attempted murder. Just noted that the stick came up high. That's all.
They're going to call that 9 times out of 10.
I don't know what they'd be missing on the other one. Shot fired. Who's the official that doesn't call that? Logan Bolt's shot not on target.
Me. Let the boys play.
Nice save by Newman, who's still out there.
Uh-oh. Look out. Look out.
Here we go. Oh, they don't want it. They don't want it.
He's running.
He was definitely.
They don't want it.
Definitely a little bit of a hesitation in the step, adding a little extra something in.
Some business decisions being made by Logan Bolts there.
There's a lot being processed in a very short amount of time. Yeah.
Got nothing to prove here. You can see the disappointment on Jamison Kaufman's face. Like, I wasn't able to hit anybody.
Yeah, I got to let my dignity recharge before I decide to do something again.
5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 15-5 Spalding. Mollett feeds it back up top.
Wolf still looking to get on the board.
Trying to get.
Here's Sean Howe.
Are you still committed to the Howe, or do you have something else prepared for Jake Wolf?
I mean, why would I ever give up the Howe? That's the original. Nobody else's name really lends itself. Not yet, at least.
Good snag by
Matthias.
You feel it out, though.
Yeah, I'm going to feel it out.
We got a long way to go. There's like 2 home games left.
Oh,
yeah.
throw the flag.
Oh, boy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
oh,
another one.
Another one.
And now, you
That's
guys.
just uncalled for.
Guys trying to step in and defend their guys. Dougie called way too much, and frustration probably setting in a little bit too for John Carroll.
That's just not.
It's been a tough stretch for John Carroll. They came in tonight having lost 4 straight after a pretty good start to the season, and for a moment there in the second quarter, it looked like they might have a path to get back into this game, and it just has not. It's gone seriously sideways from there.
Guess what? Another penalty.
It's nice to change it up a little bit.
They're getting practice on both sides of the field, man up, man down.
So Kolb hit with both penalties. Total of 90 seconds. The hold and the unnecessary roughness. So with 4:32 remaining in the third, another man-up opportunity for Archbishop Spalding. And don't ask me officially what they are on the man-up tonight, because there were too many of those man-up for like 3 seconds situations for me to track all of them. And also, Sean told me he was going to keep track of that tonight, and then he was too busy.
Sidetracked.
Yeah, too busy working on his voice acting.
Sorry, but I was working on some names.
Yeah. Anything you want to
workshop?
workshop?
I'm
Sorry,
Sean. I'm Sheen.
How now, brown cow?
Wilbur to the middle. Gordy Bennett turns around.
Gordy.
Assist.
And was that Connor Wilbur? Yeah,
It was. You're right.
Awesome.
Second assist, 4th point of the game for Wilbur. Gordy Bennett gets his second goal of the game, but you didn't have anything.
Gordy Benet, the Frenchman.
I don't know what this is. Another man-up goal for Spalding.
It's
Try to explain to somebody what you did on your Friday night.
Listen, it's 8:00 on a Friday. All right.
Yeah. The lights went down, and
And unfortunately, there's no alcohol involved.
you know what happens? Those boys get that syrup in them. 16-5.
By the way, Glenn, next season we're gonna create. We're just gonna have people email and text you. We're gonna give your number out,
Okay.
and they'll be able to call in.
Okay. I'm actually
We're
not
gonna
opposed
post it
to
on
this.
all
Yeah.
all modes
Now, wait,
of social
what?
media.
What now? You're doing
I'll be selling your information to
what now?
You might also have some new
lead
credit
generators.
cards.
Yeah.
And another penalty.
Oh, that almost never happens. Kolb just
Whoa.
tries to throw something in the general direction of the goal, despite the fact that
A little 5-iron.
Duffy was all over him. So another man-up opportunity here for John Carroll with 3:39 remaining in the third quarter.
Full time.
Do you feel like, what's the line here for Evan Hockel and his staff about how well the Cavaliers have played versus maybe lapses in discipline this evening? What's the line there?
I mean, I think, if I'm on that sideline, I'm frustrated with the sloppiness because, again, you're not winning the championship tonight, but you're building towards it. And it's hard to keep that same level of intensity and that edge the entire time. But even from a coaching perspective, when you're up 16-5, it's kind of hard not to kind of relax a little bit. But you got to make sure you keep an eye on that long-term goal, which is, a win and moving on towards the playoffs.
Get fortunate as Rizzuto throws that one away. And the penalty was on Caleb Richardson, and you certainly get it. It's senior night. They wanted to get Caleb Richardson out there, get in some minutes. The importance of the games, you can't just do the thing where you start all the seniors. So you want to get him out there, get him the opportunity to run. I mean, it looks like you're going to be able to get everybody into this game unless something really crazy happens. I mean, something else really crazy happens besides. Actually, they call this broadcast, it's Archbishop Spalding Lacrosse, where something crazy happens.
That's what happens when you have the three of us up here in the booth.
Moss gives it over to Adelman. Gonna work its way back behind now. Up top, Matassa. Matassa, good fake. Had his hands free. Does not pull the trigger. Redodges. Up front, the Moss.
Mouse.
Matassa again. Matassa keeps the run going. Oh, and yeah, that's... Really?
Wow.
Nothing?
They must tennis elbow.
Okay.
Referee's
Okay.
tired of throwing the flag.
You say so.
Yeah, and then sure enough, there comes another flag.
Somebody said something. They're pointing towards the bench. And
Guys, we might be here till midnight. I mean, I love hanging out with you guys.
Yeah,
but,
no.
You know.
No. That's a shame. I'm going to have to cancel my plans for later in the evening, which were to sit at home in my underpants and watch the basketball playoffs.
You too?
Yeah. Real shame. So it was not on the John Carroll bench. It was apparently on Adelman. So I'm not sure. But
I mean, is it possible to get some man down, man up stats here? I mean, I feel like we're pushing the record book here. Run out of ink.
I got no idea. To the near side. Bolts, serves it back up top. Rizzuto bolts again. Rizzuto keeps it moving to the opposite side. 30 seconds gone by. And that'll be just clean, taken away. Great job.
Dylan Newell.
Junior defender. Snagging that.
Oh, subtle. Dylan New.
Dylan New.
8 more seconds to kill off the penalty. 1 minute to play here in the third quarter.
Rappers of all time. Dylan.
He spits hot fire.
Spits hot fire.
I'd say that interception was hot fire. Cavaliers can hold for the final-ish shot of the quarter. As they've gotten the separation.
I mean, let's hope Spalding can clean up some of these penalties before the next couple games, because I mean,
that's the thing, right?
You can't get away with giving up these many penalties. I mean, they've been fortunate tonight, but
Adelman's running shot not on target. 24.5 seconds remaining in the quarter. There is a 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. No, to your point, like there's a whole lot to like about how the Cavaliers have played this evening. But you're thinking about if you want to play championship lacrosse, this is not fully championship lacrosse.
No.
7 seconds. Moss gives it back. Newell loads up. Newell trying to get his hands free. Lets it rip off the bounce. It'll be wide. Shot clock expires. 2.7 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Because you give a McDonough, Gilman, Boys Latin these many opportunities on man-up offense, it's going to be a tough game to win. Yeah.
We got one more quarter to play. Archbishop Spalding comfortably in front, 16-5. You're watching Cavaliers Lacrosse.
Don't touch that dial.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and then transitions directly onto the field where that consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
Start of the fourth quarter on senior night. Cavaliers in front of John Carroll, 16-5. Glenn Clark, Sean Hatley, Andrew Scally with you from Whittles Field. Great crew helping us out, led by Paul Garza, who wants to let us know that his son just scored a goal in the Navy Loyola game. What's the score now, Paul?
1-0 Garza's.
All right. That's the one that mattered. Start of the fourth. Team switch sides. And there's apparently a new goalie in. I haven't pulled out my binoculars yet to check them to see. So I was hoping you guys would bail me out here.
I'm going to rely on Andrew's vision.
Thanks for nothing. Way too old.
I brought the sheet. I thought I did my job.
Right.
Yeah, you did the highlighting. You expect that man to do the highlighting and check the goalies? What's wrong with you?
I mean, someone's got to be the help.
It is indeed Bo Wardell now between the pipes, the junior. Trying to get some separation. Nothing going for Alexander. Spins it back behind. Kolb keeps it moving in front.
Nice
Wardell
save.
gets an early save.
Big ground ball by Patrick Keeley.
Wardell turns aside Bolts. Yeah, expecting to be calling some new names.
44, great number.
I thought that one was hanging for the rafters.
You would like to think.
I thought it was retired, but apparently not.
Well, no, actually, it's at Glenn's
Oh, yeah.
grandmother's house.
Yeah.
You know, that's where it was.
Glenn took it from the rafters
Saying
to his
no.
grandmother's house.
Somewhere much more important.
Took a picture. Sean, you made it, finally.
Nana asks me all the time.
Did she still have that wallet headshot that I gave her?
Where you
My senior picture with my braces?
You have your hand underneath your chin.
Cut it out, yearbook, pocket knife style.
I signed it for her.
Which was nice. Rizzuto, not on target.
Good back up there.
Good backup.
Yeah, getting underneath. Great job of getting inside position by Grant.
It's not often that this, team has the opportunity to play a lot of the depth chart here, and with the entire fourth quarter in front of them, this is some good experience for these guys to kind of build that confidence. And maybe it's underclassmen looking for the first opportunity at MIAA, get their feet wet, play some high-level lacrosse. This is good stuff for Spalding.
It's good for everybody else except for the guy that has to figure out who everyone is and has to pull out his binoculars in order to do that work. Jeez.
That's why they pay you the big bucks.
Well, I can tell you who has the ball right now.
It's Moss. I know. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Is Mouse.
You realize you're going to have to commit to this for the rest, not only of this season, but moving forward. That's the way that it works.
I'm committed to everything I do, Glenn.
Picked up. That means even if the games aren't going the right way, which that's where it becomes awkward.
Someone's got to be the comedic relief.
Wardell able to come up with that one, denying Aiden Gilbert. Three minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. Spalding set to improve to 4-2 in conference play. I'm projecting a little bit.
It's okay to get excited.
Moss drifts back. Moss.
Got it.
Keeps it moving. Mason Klessinger out there, junior midfielder. Jack Newell loses the ball.
No penalty there, surprising.
A new goalie in as well for John Carroll. It's the sophomore Buster Barger. Comes away with the ground ball.
You could have fun with that one, Sean.
He plays for the other team.
Buster. Buster boy.
Kind of wish you would
See,
do it.
Andrew's getting into it, too.
No,
Look.
I really wish you would do that more like
That's a
Buster
little
Rhymes
fun.
style,
Yeah.
actually.
How does that one go again?
Oh, man. Should be illegal how much fun we have up here.
In most states it is.
I still try to figure out what nuclear secrets were shared with you there. Like, it felt like, sir. There's another goalie in the game, sir.
Brady Malsa is coming in to the right. Coming in from left.
Getting his hands free
Ooh.
and getting that
good
one to
take.
go. That's Wyatt Shiflett, the sophomore for John Carroll, his first of the game. Cuts it to 16-6.
Wyatt bringing that energy, too.
Big time.
Yeah, I mean, you'd love to see that.
Sneaking that.
Nice high rip.
Yeah, right
Then
in.
he
10-goal game still with 7:17 remaining in the fourth quarter. I'm going to go to both of you for your, now that the bench has been emptied. We see indeed another face-off specialist out there. There's Cooper Johnson, sophomore. Came into the game 9 of 20 on the season. Gets that face-off violation. I believe that's the first of the second half for John Carroll, but to be fair, I'm not certain of that.
So we got a new face, Chris George, number 27.
Chris George is a sophomore midfielder. He's a member of the One Love Club. Enjoys long walks on the beach. No.
I was about to say, I was like, yeah. Got those notes on deck.
That was your dating profile.
Good. Oh, outside.
Parker picks it up.
Is he looking at my hinge?
It was weird. I looked up Sean on the dating app, and it said, enjoys doing different voices. I said, well,
It's a
that'll
big
come
hit.
in handy.
It's a big hit.
Right? Got to be popular. A lot of swipes going that way. Did you ever want to feel like you were dating Jeff Dunham, but without the dummy?
No, that's why I have Andrew.
I don't know if I should be offended.
Eh. Low shot. Wardell gobbles it up. Bolt's still out there. He starts a fast break. But Spalding's not going to force anything. Toby Lee's out there with that group. Lee's a junior. Part of the National Honor Society here at Spalding.
A lot of scholars on this team. It's great to see. Student athletes here at Spalding.
You guys are both part of the National Honor Society, right?
The dues are too expensive for me, so I opted out.
Otherwise, 100%. Would have been in all of the honor societies.
I saved up all my lunch money to buy my way in.
Still came up $1 short.
I learned early. Sometimes you got to grease the wheels.
Jason Stone, senior attacker out there. He's a goal and 2 assists on the season.
I thought you pack lunch or you buy lunch every day?
You got to have lunch? What was that like? Must be nice.
You know, Glenn, some of us have to brown bag, all right?
Stone gets free.
We don't all have catered lunches, okay?
Just giant.
Andrew used to have a caterer come into the lunchroom.
Crab cakes again, please. Did you not get my email?
I specifically requested the surf and turf, and I'm Andrew Scally. Stone, I'm going to hold on to the first one, but not the second.
They're not going to throw the
penalty.
flag on. Okay. Yeah, Stone got
And another one.
definitely
they give it
smacked across the net.
Dead ball on Spalding there.
Bennett
Did you
Zervalek.
call that on Ryan Sullivan?
Sully?
Oh, Sully?
Nah.
Sully would never do such a thing.
Not the Sully that I know. Bennett Zervalek out on the field, junior midfielder. Also part of the National Honor Society. Has 1 goal in the season.
Zervy, as we call him.
Everybody calls him that. So
there's 2 penalties right now. I believe Spalding's was dead ball, if I'm not mistaken. So it should be John Carroll ball, but it doesn't look like they're setting up for
They're
that.
certainly not set up for that. Now it looks like maybe a little bit more attention being paid to the other side of the field.
I think.
And it will be John Carroll ball. And the bench is fired up. And the crowd is fired up. And I couldn't tell you exactly why. next group of players getting on the field. That must be the reason, yes.
Unnecessary roughness. No penalty, necessary roughness.
It was totally necessary. Jace Albin comes out defensively. We're going to get a timeout here, trying to check out who else is out there. Jackson Hines, freshman defender, will be out there for this one. The penalty was indeed on Sullivan. Also a defensive back on the football team. And a 30-second penalty on Renan McAvoy for John Carroll. So it'll be 5-on-5 for 30 seconds, and then there would be a 30-second man-up opportunity for John Carroll if they don't score in that time. Give me the biggest.
Jace Albin. That's
Yeah.
the son of Judge Albin. Sits on the Anne Arundel County Circuit Court.
Look at you.
Little fun fact for you guys.
Look at you. Well, I mean, you are a judge
Dealing
yourself,
out-
so obviously.
Dealing out justice in Anne Arundel County.
It's
Watch
a
out.
society.
Watch out, you criminals.
I don't want him to know my name, if I'm being totally honest with
Guys, I got to go.
Glenn,
right? I'm George Carter.
did you notice that black sedan that's been sitting outside your house?
Didn't realize.
I've been keeping tabs on you.
All right, biggest takeaway from the night. Andrew, I start with you.
I've been happy with Spalding's ability to share the ball offensively. Every goal seems to be assisted, and they started the game early in transition, but then they settled down 6v6 and, again, continue to share the ball. One takeaway that I'm not so happy with is obviously the sloppiness around, the penalties.
Luke Farley, the junior D-Midi out there, is part of the National Honor Society, also part of the sailing club, which I did not know existed. I feel like I've learned something. And the Comfort Cases Club, which is very cool. They prepare care packages for foster kids. Good guy, Luke Farley.
That's awesome. Really good stuff. Nice cross turnover there.
Yeah, Patriots throw it away. Now the penalty on them will come up so they can try to double, and they do, and nothing called.
Wow.
So they get it right back. Rizzuto comes up with it. Still 16 seconds on a man up here for John Carroll. We go under 4 minutes to play. Sean Hatley, your biggest takeaway from the night?
I think it's the confidence. I think I've mentioned it before. It's the confidence and composure that they've been playing with. I think there's been a couple lapses in the intensity, but I do think that they're feeling more confident in themselves in the way they run their offense, and the way they're playing defense. So I think, if they can keep carrying this over in the next couple games, I think we can make a run.
Harkaric shot wide, penalty killed off, back to even strength.
One thing to get excited about is this team, top to bottom, they're playing for their coaches, right? They're getting they're responding to everything that they're getting in practice, and that's huge. I mean, pretty new coaching staff here. Obviously, Coach Hockel, first year, as the head coach, but you're bringing in a new offensive coordinator, you're bringing in a new defensive coordinator. You have some carryover on the face-off side of things, but it's a new coaching staff. You got to get guys to continue to buy into what, Coach Ford and Coach Phipps had done, for years, getting this program to where it is today. When you have a change in the guard on the coaching staff like that, you got to get everybody to recommit, and we're seeing that here. It's, coming through in spades. They believe in the system. They believe in the process that they've been going through, off season up through to tonight's game. So hopefully they can continue to do that and, make some history.
And, Coach Cottle coached a lot of these guys on JV the last couple years, right? So he's really developed that rapport with them. They have their respect for Coach Cottle. Everyone respects Coach Hockel. You hear, Coach Hock is also a teacher here at Spalding. So he's in the hallways. He's around these guys constantly. He's making sure that they are setting the example for the other students in the school. And, it's just you got to love what this coaching staff has done so far and what they're going to be doing in the future.
Oh, that last John Carroll goal scored by Leo Buono, sophomore midfielder, cut it to 16-7. 2.5 minutes remaining. John Carroll, life does not get easier for them necessarily. They're at Blakefield on Tuesday before they return home on Friday. They'll host St. Mary's, trying to break out of this funk. The last win coming back on April 2nd when they beat Severn.
Man, that's a good game to have to try to break out of the funk.
Well, I tell you what, every game in the MIAA is tough because it depends on who shows up. I mean, we've seen a lot of parity this year, and you mentioned Spalding being tied for 4th here in the league. Anybody can beat anybody, and that's something Coach Hochul has been focused on. You got to show up every single day and every single game, ready to compete.
Zervalek trying to find something with the shot clock ticking down. It's going to go the other way. And a half remaining. Called.
Good stick.
And slows that one down. Give Colin Olson credit for hanging in there. Senior long pole. Looking to get into electrical engineering.
I
was convinced that engineering's not even a real thing. Like, what does it actually even mean? Ever thought about that? You hear somebody say they're an engineer, you just pretend like you know it. Oh yeah, great, yeah, of course, engineering. What's new in engineering?
Right?
I typically just say prove it. Let them come to me. I don't need to know. You show me.
It's a great point.
Conversation typically ended.
Right.
Yeah, so
I just wander over.
Okay. Maybe I'm not an engineer.
I could really go for a cherry Coke. I'll see. And things continue to be chippy here in the closing seconds of the game. 1 minute to play, and guys on the field jawing at each other.
Glenn, I had an opportunity to catch up with Coach Hochul earlier today, and
I know him.
Good guy.
Do you?
Sort of. Like, I don't know.
You mean the Hawk?
You were saying.
In all seriousness, what I was saying is we were talking about how Spalding showed a lot of grit in that McDonough game, right?
Sure.
There was McDonough, Spalding goes up, McDonough comes back, McDonough goes up, Spalding comes back, they go on a run. It's just back and forth to win that out in overtime. And Coach Hochul said he was very proud to see the boys play hard the entire time, right? They didn't get down when they went down by 3 goals. They stuck to it. They had the grit. And I think it proved to themselves, they proved to themselves that they're going to be able to do this. And even if they get down, they're still going to be able to work hard and come back. And they're going to be in every game.
Wyatt Shiflett with the second goal of the game to cut it to 16-8 with 40 seconds remaining as they convert on the man up. Again, week off for the Cavaliers. Then they will be at Severn next Friday. And then our next broadcast coming up on April 30th when the Cavaliers host St. Paul's.
It's our last broadcast.
Well, of the regular
potentially,
season.
Yeah, potentially of the regular
last
season.
Hopefully it is not.
No. And maybe if the MIA is listening, they'll have us do championship.
I think the people might demand it after this performance tonight.
I think so.
Might say, you're really going to deny us the opportunity.
Or they're just like, would you guys just never do a broadcast again?
We'll pay you
go
not
either
to,
way.
actually.
Yeah.
And look,
I'm
listening
waiting
both,
for the text messages. I'm waiting for them.
You really don't
Luckily,
want
I
to
gave
hear
out Glenn's number.
Sean Hatley inflection on every goal scorer's name. Really? You don't want that?
Ooh,
good work.
Good look.
Leo Buono gets his second of the quarter. 3 seconds remaining. 16-9, so some window dressing late. Gets John Carroll back within a touchdown. But that almost certainly will be the final score. Patriots will fall to 3-8 on the season, 1-5 in conference play. Cavaliers will improve to 9-4 on the year, 4-2 in the A Conference as they roll to a 16-9 victory here on senior night. Took care of business early, got some separation, never looked back, sloppy at times, but an emphatic victory nonetheless. Andrew Scally, Sean Hatley, appreciate you boys. See you in
Good to be with you.
11 days.
Glenn, always a pleasure.
You know,
this is the highlight of my week.
Wow. To think, that's sad.
It is.
No, I appreciate it. And I always love hanging out with you guys. Appreciate our great crew as well. Paul Garza and the whole team, all of their hard work. Big win for the Cavaliers, for the entire crew. I am Glenn Clark. Again, your final score tonight, Spalding 16, John Carroll 9. You've been watching Cavaliers Lacrosse.